It was literally like a bang on my forehead, like wake up, get up, go to the hospital. I was feeling woozy after that surgery, and then I fell. And when I fell, I bust open the side of my boob. Girl, what? That's how I laugh now since I got my teeth done. So disclaimer. I don't care about what you think I didn't need done, what I should have done, what I could have done. I did what I wanted to do with my money and my time. The things I went through, oh well. But I got through them because of God. I worked hard to pay for these surgeries, and I worked harder to keep my results. So after the doctors and dentists helped me, I then helped myself. All right, y'all, welcome to my channel. Let's get it. What's up, y'all? It's Dom Galore, and this is about the BBL that I don't have. I don't have a BBL, you liars. Gosh. But this video is about all the cosmetic surgeries I have gotten done, how much they cost, where I got them done, etc., etc. The first surgery I've ever gotten done is not cosmetic, but it was my C-section, my cesarean section when I had daughter. So I really only had to get a C-section because I decided to induce my labor so that my daughter would come out before classes started, because I was in college when I had her. So I was like, okay, well, let's try to get her out in July before class starts, so I'll have a good 2 to 3 weeks of healing time, close the crotch back up, and then I'll be good, right? Wrong, y'all, so wrong. I ended up having a C-section, and it's like I kind of knew I was going to have a C-section. Like, everybody knew my worst fear about pregnancy. It was not about throwing up, morning sickness, night sickness. I didn't have none of it. I had the most easy going, besides a couple mood swings, whatever. I had the most easiest pregnancy that I know about. Like, the people I know that have been pregnant, I've had the easiest one. And of course, I had to end up getting a C-section. So when I heard that I was having a C-section, all I could think about was all the videos that I've seen about childbirth and how long it takes to recover from a C-section, how big people are afterwards. Like, in my head, I had already went shopping. Yeah, before like giving birth, I went shopping. I'm like, oh, I'm finna be so skinny. I'm finna work out. I got the garments to like slim back down. My stomach was so big, y'all. Like, it was so big and swollen. After that, look, I'm sorry, this is about cosmetic surgery, but that C-section is the reason for, that pregnancy is the reason for all of my surgeries. So that's why I had to mention that the first surgery I've ever done or gotten was my C-section with daughter. And that's why this list is about to be the list that it is, including my teeth. Look. The first thing that I've ever gotten done is a breast reduction. I honestly wanted a breast reduction before I even had daughter, but I wanted it done for free. And granted, I did get it done for free. I've had big boobs my entire life, like big breast runs in my family. Like, I've always had like a small body and then big old boobs. So like, everybody used to thought I used to walk with my chest out, but my back used to hurt. So I had to keep stand up. Like, I had to keep staying up like this in order for my back to feel better, like when I walk. So I wouldn't be walking like this because my breast was so big on my little body. So everybody's like, oh, you walk with your chest out? No, I walk with my arms up, like, to keep my chest up. But that's how I used to walk around, and people used to think I was trying to poke my titties out. Baby, they already there. You see them. Like, I'm wearing D's, double D's in high school. My weight altogether was 145. I think my boobs had to be at least 10 pounds, but anyway, let's go through that process. I got my free breast reduction with Medicaid. So if you have back problems and your breasts are affecting your everyday life, like your health, Medicaid can pay for a free breast reduction. Yeah, but that could only be in Missouri. I got it done in St. Louis. That's where I live. That's where I'm from. I was trying to get this surgery, like I said, before I had my daughter, but it had to be a reason why you needed the surgery. So I'm just in high school. I don't need no surgery. There's no health concern. So after I had daughter, I reapplied, and they were basically like, what is going on for you to need the surgery? I was like, my back is hurting. Yeah, I was being dramatic. I'm not going to lie. I have to kind of lie because I don't want them to come and get me. All right. But I did have to over exaggerate my levels of pain to get that surgery done for free. In high school and college, my boobs were a double D. So now after birth, I was in a size H. That's how boob my breasts were. That's how boob my breasts were. That's how big my breasts were. And so now I have a big belly, big boobs. I'm heavy. So I told him about it, like, oh, okay, I was being dramatic. But I was like, I can't even pick up my daughter. I can't bend over in the crib to pick over my daughter without it causing me pain because of my enormous breasts. I was like, I can't sit up straight. It's hard for me to drive. It's hard for me to stand up long. I was being a little dramatic, but they approved me for the free surgery. Yeah. Well, of course, you got to do like pre-op. So you got to come in. They got to take some x-rays. They will make sure that there's a curve in your spine in order for you to get that surgery. You can't just tell them your back hurt. You can't pick up your daughter. You can't exercise. You can't move. They have to see a flaw in your spinal that says, yeah, if these boobs get any bigger, if she keeps leaning over anymore, it could erupt her entire spine. So, gosh, hope nobody sees this. Oh my gosh. But basically, I would literally like, okay, oh yeah, I don't really want to tell you this, but I am. Okay, I'm sorry, I gotta be transparent. So before my surgery, I would literally walk around like this, like days. Like for days, like before my pre-op, they had said they're gonna check my spine to see if there's any curves to make sure I can get the free surgery. I was walking around like this. Like, yeah, I was literally just walking, like, for days, probably weeks at a time. Like, up until the day of my surgery, I'd be walking straight. I'd be like, oh, crap, my surgery coming up. Like, yeah, I know. That's crazy, I know. But, look, I know, okay? But, so, yeah. I had to do that for about probably 2 or 3 weeks before my surgery. Before my pre-op. And then once I got to that appointment where they checked my spine, she was like, yeah, there's, she said, you see this right here? It's a lot of curvature right there. Probably because you're always leaned over. I was like, yeah, I feel it right up in there. Wow. It's like, that's why that really hurts. Yeah. Yeah, baby, I was walking around like that. I was getting that free surgery. But anyways, then they scheduled my appointment for my free breast reduction, and I went to go do that. I lived in Cape Girardeau at the time because I went to SEMO, Southeast Missouri State University. That's where my college was. So I had to drive 2 hours to St. Louis. I got the surgery done. All I remember is literally they told me to take off my glasses, all my clothes, put it in the bag. They put the fluids in my arm, went to sleep, woke up, titty smaller, and I ended up seeing my dad. And then my dad and sister drove me back to Cape Girardeau because there was going to be nobody that can watch me in St. Louis. So they drove me back to Cape Girardeau with my daughter's father, and he took care of me for a while. I was so high after my breast reduction that I thought I was cool. I thought I didn't need to sit down. Like, I wasn't woozy or nothing. But then, y'all, I go into my daughter's room. Like, I was feeling woozy after that surgery. And then I fell. And when I fell, I bust open the side of my boob. And mind you, I'm 2 hours away. So the side of my boob bust open, blood coming out, stuff coming out, taking gauze pads, taping it up. When I tell y'all, I never was able to go to the hospital and get that closed back up. Yeah, I was never able to go back. Other doctors don't like working on other patients. So I wasn't able to go to another hospital and they sew it back up. They was just like, it's going to close back up on its own. Keep your arm down, keep gauze pad on it, and keep it taped up. That was it. That was it. They was like, baby, this was free. And I was like, you know what? This was free. I'm going to just... So that's what I had to do. I ended up having a photo shoot. And I forgot that I couldn't raise my arm. So my arm was down for like a week or 2 at a time. We at the photo shoot. And then out of nowhere, I reached my arm up. Boom. Bust open again. It got on my friend, ex-boyfriend's clothes. It was blood everywhere. I'm glad it was the end of the photo shoot, but that was a mess. I had to close that back up and just whatever. But the way that they did my boobs is that it went down from here and under here. What's that called? I forgot what it's called. But they did it from my nipple. They did it from my nipple and then around like that. They split the nipple down, then around like that. That's how they did mine. So, yeah, that was a lot. It was a lot for my first surgery. Like, it was too much. And when my boob bust open, that was the day of the surgery. Like, that was the first day. Literally, I got to Cape, I passed out, fell on the floor, boob bust open. That was the exact day after I just got the surgery done. And then when it bust open again was a month later, so it was not completely healed. It honestly took my breast, I'm not gonna lie, I would say a good 9 to 10 months. Like, I was scared to raise my arm. Like, I can't even be in church like, hallelujah. I would have been like, you know, because I couldn't raise my arm. Like, I was scared to raise my arm. So this boob did heal faster than this one because it's the one that opened. But yeah, keep them arms down. Keep them arms down. And take your medicine and eat. All that stuff. And sit down somewhere. I don't care how good you feel off the drugs. You gonna feel worse if you don't sit down. So don't let your mind tell you something that your body can't during that time period. But yeah, that is really all on my breast reduction. Y'all gonna ask me how I did it, like how did I use Medicaid? I just called. Just see if your Medicaid qualifies for surgeries like that. So that's really it. Call, see what they say, see what the criteria is, and try to hurry up and fit that criteria so you can get it done. But usually they do require you to have a kid before you get your free breast reduction. That is one thing. Unless you just simply cannot take it, and if your body is literally a stick while your boobs are like 13% or 15% of your weight, then they'll take it off. But if not, you do have to wait until your breasts are more grown. This is my first and second year postpartum before the breast reduction. And these pictures are 2 to 3 months after the breast reduction. Next, I ended up getting my tummy tuck and lipo. And y'all, I would never do something like this again. I have no idea how people get body dysmorphia so bad that they want to go back and get hit by a truck all over again. Because that's what it feel like. Why did I get a tummy tuck? My daughter. That C-section gave me so much loose skin, y'all. Like, I hate that I'm showing y'all all these pictures, but what else is the video for? If I can't show y'all the before and after, there's no point in me making this video. But I had so much loose skin with stretch marks everywhere. And that was because of the C-section I had. So I wanted a tummy tuck so that I can stop raising my pants over my stomach and I can show my little waist, my hips don't lie, you know. So I got a tummy tuck with Dr. Triggs at Vixen Plastic Surgery, Miami. Tummy tuck, back lipo, and flanks. And that was $7,500. And no, that's not it. That's the thing about surgeries. When you're getting a surgery, it's not about how much the doctor charge you. It's about everything else that adds up. If a doctor say that their surgery is going to cost $7,500, I need you to double it, okay? So if your surgeon say $3,500, even double that. But maybe triple it. So when you get your tummy tuck or when you get any surgery, they ask you, do you want a cell saver? A cell saver is basically like when they take your blood, I believe, and save it to put it back in your body, but that costs more. I don't know. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on it. This was like, this was only a year ago. Oh, period. But still, I got a cell saver, and that was an extra $500. And then I had to get blood work and stuff done, and that was $130. So far, I'm already at $8,130. Exactly. The thing with the cell saver is that the fact that I almost died because I ran out of blood, I should actually get a refund. Because that cell saver didn't save a damn thing. I still ran out of blood. Even if they put that blood back in, I still ran out. Give my money back. Y'all should have took more or saved some more of the cells. I don't know. My flight to Miami was $298, which is very surprising because I planned this surgery pretty quickly. Like, I texted my cousin in the middle of the night in a day in August. They said they had availability for September. I said, bet I'm there. So that's literally what happened. So it was $298 there and then $200 back. Next, you have recovery homes. A lot of people, when they're trying to do a cheaper option, they would just go out of town with a friend and have their friend take care of you. I don't think that's a smart option because that friend they're not a nurse. Like, they're not a nurse. They don't have the equipment to take care of you, blah, 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 blah. But the recovery home I went to didn't either. I'm sure I'm going to find the recovery home before I post this video, but I can't think of it right now, so I'll just put it up or something like that to show y'all what recovery home I went to first. So scratch that. I just found the recovery home, and they have completely stripped their TikTok page. I'm not sure if something has happened to them to where they had to remove all of their content, or if something happened at the recovery home. But as I will further go into detail and say, I do not feel like this was a safe recovery home to be at, especially with the amount of girls that were there. I also forgot to mention that the masseuses that they hired to do our massages that came with the package were not qualified to do massages for post-op. Me nor the women there were getting the proper massages, and that is another reason why I had to go to the hospital. Had to let y'all know that. Okay, back. I ended up having to go to 2 recovery homes because I had to stay in Miami longer because I almost died. So I was supposed to only stay in my recovery home for 5 days. I got to Miami on Wednesday. I believe my surgery was on Thursday, and I was gonna go home, I think like a Monday or something like that. So I don't know how much 5 days was at the recovery home, but I ended up staying 7 days because I had to go to the hospital. And they still made me pay to keep my stuff at the recovery home, even though that I wasn't there. So, but whatever. 7 days at the first recovery home, this one, was $2,100 for 7 days. That's more than my rent, but whatever. At the recovery home, there was 1 nurse for 4 girls. There's supposed to be 1 nurse per 2 girls. They have this thing that, like, if you ring the bell, they'll come running. But it's like, what if 2 girls fall at one time? 1 nurse can't pick up 2 girls from falling or slipping and falling. But if you have 4 girls to 1 nurse, what if 3 girls or all 4 girls fall at once? There's only 1 nurse that can help you. Like, you know, like, you just never know what could go wrong or what could happen. A lot of stuff that the doctors were saying we shouldn't eat, like salty stuff, they were cooking up. Granted, the food was good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the meals they were cooking and stuff were good, but it was stuff that doctors were telling us we shouldn't consume before or after the surgeries. It was pretty ghetto. And like, when I was even leaving there, because I was trying to actually just stay. I'm like, I'm already at this recovery home. I'm gonna just stay until I get better again. They were basically like, no, we have more girls coming. When I left, it was gonna be 9 girls at their recovery home with only 2 nurses. At a time. 2 nurses. It could be 4 nurses working a day, but only 2 in the morning shift, 2 in the night shift with 9 girls. That's not safe, y'all. Make sure if you are going into a recovery home, you are going to a recovery home that only has 1 other person to take care of, or they just taking care of you, because you don't need no mishaps happening where they got to choose whose life to save, and their life might not be yours. So be careful when picking recovery homes. A lot of girls get scammed with recovery homes too. A lot of girls will pay their deposit. They'll be like, oh, we'll have somebody pick you up along the way. I've seen that happen with girls, like, when I was there. So just don't be one of those. Make sure you see the reviews on those recovery homes before you be like, oh, this is cheap. Oh, this is nice. Oh, like, don't believe it. Especially those recovery home pages on Facebook, don't believe it. If you see something on Facebook, always check YouTube, check TikTok, check Google to do a better background check on those recovery homes. This is the second recovery home. Yeah, I have tried endlessly to find this recovery home, and I cannot find it. Honestly, I'm kind of glad, because she was such a nice lady that the stuff that I'm about to say about the recovery home, I can't not say it because it's true, but she was such a sweet lady, and I'm still thankful that she was able to get me. I went to, y'all, it looked like the trap. When I was in her car to go to the recovery home, I'm like, I'm getting kidnapped. Like, they're going to make sure I'm healed up. And in 3 to 5 business days, I'm going to be sold into a sex trafficking ring. And I'm not saying that to be dramatic. That was my exact thought process. Granted, it was nice on the inside, but on the outside, it literally looks like a trap house. Like, it's going to be people masked up dealing drugs in there. It was cute and pretty and pink on the inside. It really was. And she took great care of me. The food was good, etc., etc. I was just so glad she got me in the last minute. Like, I didn't care. If I was going to get kidnapped, oh, thank God I didn't get kidnapped. Thank God. But that's what it looked like. But she accepted me last minute. But for 2.5 days, I stayed there for 2.5 days. and it was $1,062. So just to be taken care of after the surgery was $3,162. Now we gotta get into post-op, okay? 2 file highs, 1 binder, 2 foam board is $500. That was $500, and I got those from Vixen Plastic Surgery. I got that from them. It didn't come with the surgery. It was up to you, because you could just buy it off Amazon, or you can bring it with you in your suitcase. But to buy it from them, those 2 file highs, 1 binder, 2 foam boards was $500. And 3 massages was $200. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all the final price at the end, unless y'all calculate with me, okay? I literally almost died after that surgery, and I just do not understand how people can go back because of body dysmorphia. Oh, I wanted it more like this, more like that. I get it. That's why surgery is such a big risk, because if they mess you up, you're going to want to go back to get it fixed. And they can either fix it or make you worse. Or they can do you a good job, but you want more of it. You want to be sucked in more. You want more out. It's just so much that can go wrong. Or it's not, stuff don't even go wrong sometimes. It go right. It's just not perfect how you want to. You want your body to be perfect, and your body is never going to be perfect. I'm not talking about me, because I feel like mine will be one day. But I got all of these scars now from all these surgeries, but I didn't think about the scarring when I thought about a breast reduction. I didn't think about the scarring when I got the tummy tuck. Yes, I can still show off my little waist, but now it can only stop here. Because once it go down here, you see all the scarring. Once it go too far, you see all the scarring. So now I still have to be mindful of how I wear my clothes, but yes, I can still wear my stuff low without it hanging. So I have to accept what I can manage instead of trying to go back and fix it and getting scar remover and laser surgery. I'm not going to go back and keep doing X, Y, and Z. So the reason why I was in the hospital is because of my hemoglobin levels, or hemoglobin. Hemoglobin. Oh. Is it hemoglobin or hemoglobin?
Hemoglobin is the
hemoglobin. So I went to the hospital because my hemoglobin levels was low. When you sign up to get surgery, they have to check all your vitals, your hemoglobin, to make sure you have a certain amount of blood in your system, because you will be guaranteed to lose blood after the surgery. They cutting you open. Hell yeah, you're losing blood. So they got to make sure you have enough blood to lose. And that's where the cell saver also came in. The cell saver is supposed to take the blood that you're losing and put it back into your body so that your hemoglobin level won't be low. Which means I need my $500 back. I'm calling them tomorrow. So your hemoglobin have to be over 11.5 to get your surgery, but at least a 12 to get your surgery. And in order for you to be okay by a doctor, your hemoglobin has to be at least an 8. Yeah, when I got to the hospital, my hemoglobin was a 4, a 5 or a 4, but it kept getting lower. The only reason why I knew I needed to go to the hospital is because my head was on fire. Like, it felt like God was knocking on my forehead, like boom, boom, boom. Mind you, I'm in pain, but I also like had my glasses on. I'm like, I don't usually wear my glasses, maybe because I wear my glasses often, I got a headache. Took my glasses off, my contacts in, headache still going. And then I'm like, why do I still have a headache? I'm taking pain pills. I just keep falling asleep. But after a while, I couldn't sleep. It's just like, boom, boom, boom. And mind you, there's nurses at the first recovery home. I'm talking to them. I'm like, I got this headache. Nobody is telling me, you need to go to the nurse. You need to go to the hospital. I don't know why you got a headache. It's here goes some medicine. Here goes some medicine. Here go hydration. Maybe you're dehydrated. Here go this, here go that. Why don't y'all have a hemoglobin meter or a hemoglobin machine to make sure women blood levels are where they're supposed to be at? So that's why I tell women every time, make sure you get a hemoglobin machine or whatever to check your blood yourself. Because you can do it. You just, like a little thing, you just stick your thumb, it checks, see how much blood you got in your body. And that's how you know if you're good or not, like when you get in the surgery. So that's something I recommend. You can get one off Amazon. But I end up saying, you know what? I'm going to go to the hospital. Something don't feel right. God was knocking on my forehead. I'm telling y'all, that pain in the middle of my head, usually you can get a migraine on the side. You might get one. You know, you can tell when it's just like a regular headache. It was like boom, boom, boom. I'm dramatic, but I'm not even over exaggerating. It was literally like a bang on my forehead, like wake up, get up, go to the hospital. So I ended up going to the hospital. They tell me my hemoglobin is at a 4 or a 5. It was one of them. So they got fluids in me. I had to get 3 blood transfusions in order to get it to an 8. 3. I'm not gonna lie. It cost $2,500 to stay at the hospital, and each blood transfusion was like $800. So I got 3 blood transfusions. That's like $2,700. Y'all think I paid that? Y'all not even paying back my student loans. You think I'm gonna pay a hospital bill? No. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not paying that. Y'all be like, oh, ain't fucked up about my credit score. I might be rich tomorrow. I'll pay it tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but tomorrow after I'm up. I'm uppity up. But yeah, I'm not paying it. But that cost a lot. I was in the hospital for 2 days. Or like a day and a half. I forgot how long I was in the hospital. Yeah. It felt like all of that happened so fast, but that's why I ended up in the hospital, because I lost so much blood. And at one point I was finna pass out. This was a nurse that was in the first recovery home. She saw me about to pass out. She helped me get to the bathroom. She saw me about to pass out. She hurried up and grabbed the alcohol bottle, like the, alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and she puffed it in my nose so I could inhale it. And when she puffed it, it helped me not be woozy. So if you're ever feeling woozy or like you out of place, I know you probably can't make it to an alcohol bottle, or if you know somebody else that's woozy, just take an alcohol bottle and puff it into their nose. Not the actual alcohol, but like the smell of it into their nose, and then it help them won't be woozy. So that's what happened. Then I went to the hospital, and then I left that recovery home after the hospital because it got 2-packed, and I ended up going to the other one that I showed y'all. But that's how I almost died. I almost ran out of blood. So listen to your body. If your body do something that you know it's not used to doing, getting a headache, passing out, like you losing blood, you can't walk, you can't talk, your eyes crossed. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you have a headache and it's a regular headache. Go to the hospital. Just go to it doesn't matter what's going on. You've never gotten a surgery before. Even if you have multiple surgeries, you know how it go. You know what it do. Blah, blah, blah. Go to the hospital. Do not risk hoping that you're okay. Because that was God. I felt the presence of God knocking on my forehead. Every time I took a pill to go to sleep, it said, didn't I say wake up? Like, that's how it felt. And I thank you, God, for that knock. I thank you, God, for that knock. I wouldn't be here today if I didn't listen to my intuition, if I didn't hear the power of God knocking on my forehead. So if you feel a way about surgery, go. Anytime you get a surgery, just know you could die. That's it. That's it. You have to realize that once you go and try to get a surgery, you are risking your life to have a better looking body. That's it. And you have to think, am I okay with that? That's why it's important to do your research. And that's why I don't do nothing for cheap. I knew for a fact that I was going to be spending more than that $7,500 when I went to get that surgery. And I didn't care. I would pay for everything again, exactly how I did it. I doubled that cost in order to be living right here today. If you are planning to get a surgery, try to plan it around when you get your period, because another reason why I did lose so much blood is because I literally came on my period the day after my surgery. So that potentially is another reason why I lost so much blood. I never had a heavy period like that in my life. It was like more blood was leaving my body than normal because of the surgery. So I feel like that period also has something to do with the amount of blood I lost and my hemoglobin being so low. So try to plan that around your periods. But this is how much I paid overall. And if I had to pay the hospital bill, it would have been an extra $5,200. So it would have been this price. And don't forget the cost of your life, possibly. I'm just saying. Was it worth it? And when I say yes, that it was worth it, I'm saying I like my results. I love my results. I still get bloated in the area and it still feel a little swole. Sometimes I still throw my faja on just because I like to snatch look real quick. But I do feel like I love my results. I love my body way more than I did a year ago, post-pregnancy. I love the way my sides go in because it didn't at first, especially when I show y'all the before and after pictures. Like my sides didn't go in as much as they do now. My back lipo is really what I like the most for real because it did bring out that curve to give me like a mini BBL look, very mini as hell actually. A mini BBL look, but I did not get a BBL. I did not get a BBL. If I would have got y'all might ask me this flat with a beep. It has gotten a little bigger though because I be working out, but no, I did not get a BBL. I should have. With all the shit I went through, I should have. But I was more afraid of my butt being the wrong size. So I was just like, I'm not gonna get a BBL than risk having body dysmorphia and having to come back. So I'd rather just get what the problem is. Like I would have never gotten a BBL if I didn't have a kid. So I'm only getting this tummy tuck because they're loose skin from having a kid. So was it worth it? Yes, it's only worth it because I'm alive. I wouldn't say that if I was dead, but I would never, ever go back and get lipo or tummy tuck or none of that. I would have another C-section before I ever in life go back and get on that table. I'm telling you. The last cosmetic surgery I got, cheese. Look at my teeth. I love my teeth so much. I got my teeth done by Dr. Q, Art of Aesthetics in Atlanta. He just opened up a new one in California. Shout out to you, Dr. Q. He is so cool. Thank you so much. Y'all, my teeth are the best investment I probably have ever made. Like I said, I'm going to throw in some before and after pictures of my teeth with y'all. Just like, y'all, I think bad teeth runs in my family. Like, I hate to say that, but I really do think so. I keep looking at my teeth in the mirror. I'm sorry. I need to look at y'all. I keep looking over at the mirrors at my teeth. But I did not have great dental hygiene growing up. Like, I didn't start taking care of my teeth until I probably got in like middle school, high school. I rarely flossed. And even like when Dr. Q was doing my teeth, he said, you need to floss. He said, I can tell you do not floss. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't floss for real. Like if something in my tooth, I get it out. But after every meal, I wasn't flossing regularly at all. It would have to be something stuck in my tooth for me to floss. So he was like, you don't floss often. Like, I don't. But I didn't have like cavities and stuff like that. But why did I get my teeth done besides the fact that they looked a mess? Because my teeth fell out when I was pregnant, y'all. When I was pregnant. I had a tooth on the side that was missing. It looks so good now. I'm going to show y'all. But I had a tooth on the side that was missing that just fell out. One day, I'm literally just laying down. I was eating something soft. It was something so soft. That's why I was so surprised. And my tooth just fell out. It just broke off. It didn't fall out like as the whole tooth. It just broke off. So another thing that happened during my pregnancy is that I had a tooth that needed to be pulled. And the doctors pulled the wrong tooth. I went to the dentist. I told them which tooth needed to be pulled, but I said I wasn't sure. They pulled the tooth that I said I think needed to be pulled instead of doing their dentistry and finding the correct tooth. So I had to get 2 teeth pulled, and I had a big old gap. I still got that. I didn't get this part right here filled. I didn't get that filled because you can't see it. It's not in my smile line. So I wasn't paying another $3,000 just for that one tooth. Baby, I smell like that before. But, you still can't see it, so it's just like, whatever. But up here, side tooth was missing. I had one pushback. Had to get that fixed. So it's like, oh, this is fake right here. Well, it looks still good. Like, oh, that's real. But anyways. My teeth has been my most expensive purchase. But Dr. Q is a celebrity dentist, okay? A celebrity dentist, which means he is in high demand. So he is able to charge the amount that he is charging because not only will your teeth be guaranteed to look good, a lot of other people is dependent on him to make their teeth look good. Like, in order to even book a session with him for him to look at your teeth on a Zoom call is $200. So that's the first thing I paid. The first thing I paid was $200. When I went in and spoke with him, Like, yeah, I was nervous. I'm like, I don't know how much I'm gonna say. I was like, I got $40. I got $40. That's it, Dr. Q. I ain't got nothing else. Like, I don't know what you want from me. I got on the call with him. Yeah, I knew Dr. Q was doing my teeth. I didn't care how much money I had to save. I didn't really have to save up. I'm sorry. I got some money. I'm not saying I'm sorry I have money, but I know a lot of people have to save up for like certain surgeries and stuff. So I'm not trying to be like, oh, baby, I'm rich, blah, blah. But I knew how much I didn't want to spend. Like, and I know how much I could spend. So when I got on the call with him, I was like, hey, I probably got around 18K. Because he is cool with Von Zyrique, Javante, my friend, my love. They are friends, or are they cousins? I think they just call each other cousins. Y'all know how black people be. But he referred him to me. He was letting him know, hey, I got Dom come in. She want to get her teeth done. He was like, yeah, I thought her a deal because you sent her to me, blah, blah, blah. I talked to him, and he was like, yeah, Von told me he was coming. I'm super glad you took the call, blah, blah, blah. And then he was basically saying my teeth wasn't wrong. Like, y'all couldn't tell for real, but I had crooked teeth all in here. Like, some was going sideways, but the way I smiled, I made sure I smiled at an angle, especially all on one side. I would smile at one angle every single time to make sure you didn't get the bad side, the bad angles of my mouth. Just like your body, when you do different angles like that, it's so, you know. My teeth cost me $20,000. Okay, and I didn't even want to pay that much, y'all. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to pay at least like 15 to 18,000, and he was like, I was like, and then he was like, look, he said, I don't even charge that amount. Sometimes it depends. Like, it really depends on your teeth. I'm not just trying to get my teeth fixed. Like, I had missing teeth. I had overlaps. I had twists, turns, spaces, overbites. Like, yeah, I had so much wrong with my teeth that he like, I can't charge you 15 or 18K because like, he's like, you need some work done. Like, your teeth look good, but they can look better. But for that price, I don't know. And then I got porcelain. I have porcelain veneers. I don't have, what's the other one? I'm not trying to think of Tia Kim, so I was like, what? And then I think he only do porcelain. He might do composite, but I don't think I ever see him do composite. But he was like, you want porcelain veneers, plus you got all these different stuff going on. So I was like, okay, so how much you gonna charge me? And then he was like, I think he said like 25,000, but then he's like, you could do 20. He's like, you are traveling to me, so you gotta pay for travel expenses. He's like, so we can do 20,000. So I said, okay. But don't think because I paid 20,000 that you're gonna have to pay 20,000. You might have to pay less if you need less work done. You might have to pay more. So you just never know. But my price was $20,000 for my teeth. But I had to take 3 trips to him. So the first trip I took to him was so he could look at my teeth. And when he did that, he had to actually pull one. Because like that teeth that fell out from daughter, that one was still stuck up in there. And it was been stuck for a long time. I got my teeth done this year. Oh, well, it's 2025 now. I got my teeth done in 2024. So daughter was 4 years old, going on 5 years old, which means that tooth been sitting like that for almost 5 years without me getting it extracted. So he had to dig up in there deep to pull out that tooth, y'all. Like, I'm at the airport hurting, numb, crying. I do have videos of my journey to Dr. Q. So y'all can go back and look at those videos. They are right there, parts 1 and 2. The second trip, I had to get my temporaries in. So with the temporaries, they basically just do the dental work on your teeth, like all the shaving and all the other stuff, and then they put in temporary teeth, and they are fake. They are so fake. You cannot eat anything hard, crunchy. Like, it feel like you got chalk sitting in your mouth, and they just looked big. Like, I don't think people could really tell, because people was like, oh, they look good, they look good. And somebody's like, they do look a little big. I'm like, yeah, these are fake. Like, these are not the finished product. Hold on, wait. Then like 2 or 3 weeks later, I got my actual teeth. So each time I just put down a deposit every time I went. I didn't pay all at once. And he do have a payment plan system. So if you need to do a payment plan, he has one. I think with credit care and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure there's other options as well that you can do with him. So that's not, he don't just like do only cash or only one-time payments. You can have it at each appointment. But yeah, then I ended up getting my actual teeth put in. That was the third trip. But I would just say for each flight, I say I paid $500. And I have a cousin that lived in Atlanta, so I didn't have to pay for a hotel or nothing. So that was perfect. So overall, I did 4 appointments. The first appointment so that he can see my teeth and he extracted a tooth. The second one, he put in the temporaries. The third one, he put in the actual porcelain veneers. And the fourth one, he did a teeth check, making sure everything's tight and right and he don't have to fix nothing. So I say $500 each flight there and back. So I paid $2,000 for a flight. So overall, including Ubers and too, I throw in an extra $500. So overall, I paid $22,500 for my teeth. And these are honestly the best things I've ever paid for. I would pay for my teeth again. I smile so much. I'm so funny. I laugh so often. I need my teeth. Before, I used to laugh like, ha ha, yeah, girl, stop playing. Now, I got my teeth done. Girl, what? That's how I laugh now since I got my teeth done. So shout out to Dr. Q Art of Aesthetics. Shout out to Dr. Triggs on my tummy tuck lipo. And shout out to St. Louis Medicaid and the government for my breast reduction. For real.
Some of the questions I didn't answer were regarding surgery pains. I feel like pain tolerance is subjective. I myself have a high pain tolerance, but I also pop them pills, okay? I take all my pills to relieve that pain. Even after falling, the pain of my breast reduction would be probably a 4 out of 10. I would rate my tummy tuck and lipo a 7 out of 10, but that headache that sent me to the hospital, a 9 out of 10. The pain that comes from the veneers were mainly sensitivity, and I would rate that a 2 out of 10. But none of it feel good, so I don't know what you expecting, but yeah, expect to be in pain. Thanks.
I really hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I finally answered these questions. I know it's been so long. I got my breast reduction in like 2020. I got my tummy tuck in 2023. My teeth done in 2024. So I know y'all been waiting a while for this video. It is now 2025, but I'm glad I'm able to come to y'all with some results, with some months later advice on how I felt about the surgeries altogether. So I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I love y'all so much. If y'all screenshot my pictures and post them on social media, I'm gonna whoop your ass. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Okay. I will say just kidding, but I'm not. What's up? I don't got, if they don't come to this video and give me the views so I can get that money, they don't need to see nothing funny. All right. I love y'all so much. See y'all on my first vlog of 2025. Mwah!